Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the Doc of Detox show. Today's show is called Blue Light 5G Toxicity. And you know what? All I can say is welcome to the harvest. And you're going to find out what I'm talking about when I say welcome to the harvest. I hope you understand something. Yes, there is a plot, there is a conspiracy, but guess what? There wouldn't be one if you stood up for yourself, okay? Understand something. When you finally take back your power and embrace the fundamentals of light, then you will better understand how light impacts your health mentally, physically, and spiritually. Before I start, I would like to give you something to think about. Where did all this AI, otherwise artificial intelligence, come from so quickly? Out of the blue, so to speak? Artificial intelligence is stealing our brains. We don't have to think anymore. Most millennials can't write, spell, or communicate. And definitely they can't communicate face to face. We have lost the personal touch. Tell me we haven't. And now we're being more than not touched. This is the age of digital dementia. Remember when you could recall a phone number or an address in an instant? What happens when you don't use it? Come on, you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Well, welcome to the age of brain drain. Advanced technology does not equal evolution. The human race is de-evolving, not evolving. Remember, AI is creating an artificial life which is undermining all our health and all our relationships. If we do not return to our roots, which is nature, we will remain an inflammation nation, spiraling into mutation. Tell me we're not spiraling into mutation now. Tell me all the cancer that you're seeing in your family and all the autoimmune disease is normal. You just need to go back 75 years and guess what? That's how fast everything has changed. And with the more AI that comes on, artificial intelligence, the more these new diseases are becoming not epidemic, but pandemic. Look, you don't understand, but guess what? Sunlight is the most important food in our lives and the most important nutrient for health of our mitochondria. So let's talk about these mighty little power plants that are in your cells. Mitochondria is an organelle found in most cells and are responsible for the biochemical processes of respiration and energy production. The main function of mitochondria is to metabolize or break down carbohydrates and fatty acids in order to generate energy in the form of a chemical molecule known as ATP, also known as adenosine triphosphate. Okay, here it is. Rule number one is you only become sick when your mitochondria become sick. Many people do not realize that sunlight, along with the feeling of gratitude, is the fastest way to raise dopamine levels in the body. Dopamine is one of the brain's neurotransmitters. This chemical ferries information between the neurons in the brain and where it needs to go. Dopamine helps regulate movement, attention, learning, and emotional responses. Dopamine is heavily involved in the motor system. When the brain fails to produce enough dopamine, it can result in Parkinson's disease and other nervous system disorders. Okay. Sun gazing in the morning is one of the most beneficial habits one can practice, not just for healthy dopamine levels, but for all overall great health. Sun gazing in the morning is one of the most beneficial habits one can practice, not just for healthy dopamine levels, but for overall great health. Sun gazing is when you allow the sunlight to shine into your eyes. The key to life is high frequency thoughts, supplements, food, water, and light. Oh, and what about high frequency people? Let's not forget that. Who you choose to be around is going to create and make and shape your reality, okay? So become a high frequency sun worshiping mitochondria addict, okay? So when it comes to renting or purchasing a house, you will want to consider a house that gets the morning sunrise, so you may take in as much sunlight as possible throughout the whole day. In a lot of places throughout the world, we do not get the sunlight or the vitamin D that we need, such as where I live in Kelowna, British Columbia. Understand something. We lack proper sunlight from October to March. It is proven that the sun is too far from us during this time to receive the benefits of vitamin D. And this is why we promote and sell the vitamin D light that we carry. This will saturate you with the necessary vitamin D within 4 minutes. And with 2 minutes twice a day from the Bioptron light, you will increase your microcirculation by 47% for 24 hours. It's always been about light. Listen, true innovation is about taking things that are known and connecting them in ways that nobody else has ever thought about before. Bridging the gap between science and nature. Remember Einstein's theory? Einstein's theory of E equals mc squared is the most important equation you will ever know. Energy and mass are exactly the same. They can be changed into each other. The only difference is the environment in which each side of the equation is in. This means when you slow energy down, otherwise light, you create things of mass. Everything you are, everything you will ever be, was first light. You need to get this. You are light. You are an energy light being. To be more specific, you need to understand that you are frequency. This is Einstein's greatest discovery. Most of today's researchers, scientists, medical professionals, and functional doctors just don't get it. If you don't know about light, then you don't know about the number one food for optimal health. We must get sunlight on us and in us as much as possible if we wish to get healthy and stay there. In this life, we have an amazing opportunity to experience around 25,000 sunrises in a lifetime, so don't miss out. Do not miss out on one if your goal is optimal health and healing. Because understand something, sunlight is our greatest healer. For every 1,000 feet we go up, the more UV light we get, and the more life we get into our mitochondria. UV light and infrared light are invisible to the human eye, yet this is where our power comes from. The greatest things in life are invisible to us. Did you know that you inherit your mitochondrial DNA from your mother, unlike nuclear DNA, which comes from both parents? There are 2 genomes inside every cell, our nuclear genome and our mitochondrial genome. Medicine only focuses on the genetic DNA, which is a huge mistake. We must focus on the mitochondrial DNA because the mitochondria are the powerhouse of your cells, which makes all the energy for the body in the form of what we call ATP. Energy is life, and you are a walking, talking battery. From the science of epigenetics, we have come to learn that energy is the only thing that turns off the cancer genome, and this energy comes from where else but your mitochondria. To restore your mitochondria, for our clients and patients at the Doc of Detox, we use energetic supplements and equipment such as like SAC ionic calcium, fulvic and humic acid concentrate, Ormus minerals, fulvic acid eye drops, silver bullet solution, the sentient element, and ATP plus elixir. The only organic ATP that I know of, and the only AT powered by Dr. George Merkel's life crystals. And to check these out more, because guess what? It's all about vibration. It's all about light. Go to Dr. George Merkel lectures in Vancouver on YouTube. Okay, so do you know what changes energy into matter? Frequencies, which we cannot see. Yet we absorb frequencies through our eyes, which are like light-seeking cameras. We all need to understand one fact, and that fact is that we are light energy beings first and foremost. There's no way to twist this thing. If you've got a problem with that, then you've got a big problem, because this is a scientific fact, Okay, you need to understand something. We are made out of 7 billion particles. That's billion 3 times. Those particles are 99.999999999 empty space. That empty space is filled with light and frequency. Do you get this? Only 1/10,000th of you is actually this physical body. If you're not going to embrace that you are a light energy being, then you won't understand that you need to think light, eat right, drink light. You need to be the light. Look, when it comes to light and our eyes, everything changed in 1879. This is when the first incandescent light bulb was introduced and blue light toxicity was born. After the birth of incandescent lighting, chronic diseases began to show up more and more around the turn of the century. I challenge anyone to go back before 1879 to find papers documenting proof that today's chronic diseases were present before that time. Listen, 85 to 90% of all diseases are related to dysfunctional mitochondria. You heard what I said, dysfunctional mitochondria. And those mitochondria are becoming dysfunctional because they are being disturbed by light energy frequencies that are not healthy for us. Do you realize that in the year 1900, colon cancer was the 37th leading cause of death? Today, it's number 2. And understand something right now. Right now, I am treating six cancer patients with rectal cancer, okay? Now, understand this, all right? I believe this specific cancer is growing due to the increase in a toxic lifestyle. We have become spoiled rotten. And guess what? And on an emotional level, we are unwilling to let go of that which no longer serves us. You heard what I said. We are unwilling to let go of that which no longer serves us. Okay? Because frequency is everything. All right? And when people tell me, I don't like change, well, then you picked the wrong planet to be in. Because this planet, there is constant change. And I love constant change. I embrace change. And you could embrace change too. If you learned, that fear was not the enemy. That fear is just, it's a caveman-like program that has not changed. Isn't it amazing, okay? You have to understand something. The only way that we've evolved is AI and all this technology that is turning on us, but we haven't evolved consciously. At least 9,999 of us. Only 1 out of 10,000 has actually evolved, as far as I'm concerned. Look at the evolution of man-made light does not equal the evolution of light or health within our cells. If a disease-free, vibrant body is your goal, you will come to understand that when it comes to light, red balances blue. This is key to keeping you disease-free. The ophthalmology industry, otherwise the supposed eye care industry, has been trained to believe that all UV or ultraviolet light is dangerous to the eyes and is blocked by the cornea. When in fact, 1% of UVB and 3% of UVA gets through the eyes because our eyes know how much light to let through. Just like your body knows how much water to drink without you drowning. Understand, your eyes know exactly how much light to allow in to maintain your health. Your eyes are built to slow down light. Remember what I said before about E equals MC squared? When you slow down light, you create things with structure. You create matter. What you think matters. What you are creating matters. And understand something. It's just like this. It's as simple as this. When two come together in love, they create a baby. When one creates frequencies of depression, sadness, and anger, we create everything from constipation to cancer. Hey, you need somewhere to store all that negative energy, and it's called a tumor. Understand something. Love is the highest frequency in the universe. But on planet Earth, if you do not understand that self-love is the highest frequency, then all hell will break loose. Yes, love is the answer, but self-love is the cure. And if you don't want to get this, If you don't want to have self-love, self-protect, self-honor, self-respect, then understand something. You will be everyone else going everywhere else and wondering why your life is in chaos. Look at today's so-called average healthy person has low dopamine levels, low mentality, and a low functioning endocannabinoid system. Say hello to blue light. Say goodbye to your life. Say hello to digital dementia. First of all, I just want to say something. Do you know why CBDs are so popular? Because blue light is knocking out the endocannabinoid system in our brains, which makes CBDs. But now that we don't make it, we have all this pain and inflammation, but we don't understand that because we're addicted to blue light. Okay? We're addicted to blue light. So say goodbye to your life, light. Say hello to digital dementia. And do you know what that is? Digital dementia is taking over. Because guess what? Remember what I said? If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Well, you're losing your mind. And you're going to find out something, that young children are losing their mind because they don't know how to read, they don't know how to write, they don't know how to spell, and they definitely don't need to have to remember their phone number anymore, do they? Look, for a better understanding of blue light, watch this 3-minute video. And I think that once you watch this 3-minute video and you understand what blue light really is, the basics of blue light, then let's come back and let's get this thing started.
You hear all this talk about blue light being harmful, but do you know what blue light actually is? Blue light is one of the types of light that form the white light we get from the sun, together with red, orange, yellow, green, violet and indigo. This is called the EM spectrum of visible light. At the end we have the UV light, which can't actually be seen by the human eye. The energy of these waves increases as we go towards the end, which makes blue light one of the highest intensity types of visible light. Light is made of EM waves that emit energy, and it's this energy that we perceive as light. These waves come in different wavelengths, which means we get different colours of light. These are the different colours of light that we can perceive from the EM spectrum. So blue light is actually everywhere. It's in the light that travels from the sun all the way to the Earth. Because the wavelength of blue light waves is so small, they collide with air molecules a lot more than any other colour, and they get scattered everywhere. That's actually what makes the sky blue. That's why your body uses this blue light from the sun to make the difference between day and night and regulate your sleep cycle. But our eyes' natural filters barely provide us with enough protection from blue light on a particularly sunny day. The blue light from your devices is even worse. LED devices emit much stronger blue light than we get from the sun. Spending hours staring at a screen can cause eye damage and fatigue. This is due to most lower energy waves being absorbed by the cornea, the eye's outer membrane. Blue light goes straight through due to its high energy and slowly deteriorates the retina. And because our brains use blue light to differentiate between day and night and boost alertness, spending time on your phone, tablet or laptop late at night fools your body into thinking it should keep you awake. It's all of them: phones, tablets, any gadget with an illuminated display. They all use blue LEDs because they're energy efficient and cheaper to produce. But your body disagrees. Basically, what keeps you awake and alert during the day can severely affect the quality of your sleep at night. Blue light has also been shown to suppress secretion of melatonin, a hormone that is produced at night and helps your body prepare for sleep. And melatonin isn't just linked to poor sleep. Scientists have also managed to find a correlation between melatonin deprivation and conditions like cancer, diabetes, and clinical depression. Do you still think your tablet is that harmless? Well, there is a way you can prevent it. Scientists have now designed special screen protectors that stop the blue light from reaching your eyes and causing damage to your retina. At a microscopic level, this glass has tiny ridges that block blue waves and let the other, less harmful light go through. These glasses can block up to 60% of blue light and 99% of UV rays, and people have reported that their sleeping patterns were significantly improved after only a few days. There was also significant reduction in eye strain and headaches. Or you can go for full protection and buy eyewear that you can use for all blue light emitting devices, computers, TV, laptops, or your phone. These work in a slightly different way to the protectors, as the yellow absorbs rather than blocks blue and UV light and lets other types of light go through. No matter what you do, whether it's buying a protective glass or reducing the time you spend on your device, make sure you stay on the lookout for the unseen damage that your day-to-day gadgets can do to your health.
Well, I'm back, and guess what? Take a look at this. Okay, how do you like them? Okay, these are called Tesla lightwear. Okay, now you know how people will have what they call blue blockers and wear those. Well, blue blockers will help to block the light, but they don't change the light into a healing light. And also, they don't block very well. Okay, that's the bottom line. Okay, there is nothing like these in the world. You might want to go to our website, check it out. These are called Tesla lightwear. All right. And for the sake of everybody out there, I won't wear them. But most of the time when I do a show, I'm wearing Tesla lightwear. Okay. Any show that I can do it. But I'm going to look at it because I use Tesla lightwear when I'm in an airport, when I'm in any mall, when I watch TV, when I'm on my computer, when I'm on an iPad. Okay. Understand something. When you realize what blue light is doing to you, you're going to find out that you're worth protecting, okay? So check it out on our website, but let's get started, okay? Okay, so do you realize that the 3% UVA that comes into the eyes from the sun helps make up your melatonin and dopamine? So look up at the sun and raise your dopamine and melatonin levels every morning. It's as simple as that. Morning sunlight is critically important. It's the most important time of the day, so don't miss out. Do not miss out on life, because this is what life is about. The sun, it's life-giving. Look at consistency is everything. Love yourself daily with these gentle, baby-loving steps. Do you realize that 100,000 biological programs run every second within your cells? And guess what controls all of these programs? Light frequencies. Light frequencies are what charge up the mitochondria, which produce the ATP that energizes and keeps you disease-free, that gives you the energy to run down the street, to play sports, the energy to eat, the energy to work, the energy to love, the energy to make love. Look at, it's all about the ATP. So some of our products that have light charging frequencies in them are like SAC calcium, ATP plus, divine vine, pineal elixirs, along with our fulvic acid and humic concentrates. These will charge up your cells because these products are based more on energy than on matter. In addition, fulvic acid provides molecular oxygen to regenerate the Krebs cycle and to produce more ATP-free energy. And when it comes to the eye health, our special blend of fulvic eye drops will protect, support, and hydrate the health of your eyes by removing inflammation and restoring the amino acids within the eyes. Look, these amino acids in your eyes are the building blocks of protein and are critical for healthy vision and a strong immune system. Healthy eyes are rich in amino acids. Never forget that, okay? Healthy eyes are rich in amino acids. The whole ocular tissue of the eye has high levels of free amino acids. The retina and the lens contain a more concentrated free amino acid pool. Amino acids absorb UV light like a photon trap. They are like light antennas surrounded by water, making every protein in your body hydrated. Did you get that? These amino acids are making every protein in your body hydrated, but blue light is going to knock this right out, okay? So understand this. When light hits amino acids, like I'm talking about healing light, I'm talking about sunlight, talking about bioptron light, I'm talking about light that is healthy. When light hits the amino acids or protein, the light turns into sound, and the sound is collected in the surrounding water. The water is magnetic, which allows it to control the sound when the light enters the water, changing the hydrogen bond networks, which create a physical change to the density of the water. Did you get that? Why is it that as you get older, dark winters become so much harder? Why is it that people become depressed without sunlight? Because their life light, otherwise, their life is being turned off like a dimmer switch. Understand this. All these non-native electromagnetic man-made frequencies are dehydrating your cells, which in turn lowers the redox potential in the mitochondria. We are all being denatured through these non-native negative EMFs. This dehydration of your cells occurs because our mitochondria cannot make enough water anymore because of this blue light. Look at EMF dehydrates our tissue cells just like a microwave dehydrates a piece of steak. What a mistake. Yes, the lights that everyone uses in everyday life and trusts are dehydrating their bodies all the way down to the cellular level. And guess what they're doing? They are destroying the mitochondria. They are calcifying your mitochondria. Look at when we were at the office, airport, hospital, mall, or when we watch TV on an LCD or LED screen or stare at a computer, cell phone, or an iPad, we are taking in blue light, which in turn causes elongation of your eyeballs. And when our eyeballs get longer, this leads to myopia or nearsightedness. So what really happens when you get myopia? Well, here you go. The retina can detach, resulting in acute macular degeneration. Understand this. Blue light is not just toxic to your eyes, but toxic to your whole body. It is responsible for causing this new epidemic of cataracts we see today. And guess what? This is one heck of an epidemic. I mean, I get calls about cataracts almost every day, and that's no exaggeration. The reason why people are getting cataracts is, okay, you're going to love this one. Now think about the logic behind this, okay? The reason why people are getting cataracts is that the brain is protecting itself from all this blue light toxicity. Wow. Are you getting it? I hope you're getting this. Understand that every condition, otherwise, every symptom that is formed by your body is because it's trying to protect you from you until you awaken from this man-made coma of ignorance. Listen, our body will literally make the lens of our eye hazy, causing cataracts in an attempt to prevent cognitive haze or memory loss and brain dysfunction. What do you think of that? Okay, so do you want to lose your mind or lose your eyesight? Okay, well, you don't have to do both. You don't have to have either one of these if you follow my instructions through this webinar, okay? Look at cataract surgery is on the rise. There's no doubt about that, which should come as no shock to anyone when you understand the main cause of cataracts is this blue light saturation that we find in almost every home, every office, and every public space we go into. This blue light that almost everyone has invited unconsciously with open arms into their life is literally microwaving their cells, which in turn is destroying the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cells. Your mitochondria are the powerhouse of your cells. They are the powerhouse of your lives. And if you don't get this, then understand something. You are in the same situation as that person that comes home and they come home and they leave the lights on in the car every night and then wonder why the battery will never charge up again. Okay? Do you know that when you get cataract surgery, they put an implantable lens in your eye after the surgery, which blocks 100% of the UVA and UVB light? Oops. We now know that light not only turns on, but gives life to the human brain through the eyes. End of story. And you need to get this story. Did you know that your eyes do not see? Your brain sees. You heard what I said. Your eyes transport light and frequency. How amazing is that? Your brain is the image maker. Did you know that 42% of the sunlight that falls to Earth is infrared light? Sunlight is balanced all the time with a perfect balance of red light and blue light, especially when the sun rises. Your growth and metabolism occur through the eyes and is triggered by light. Look, I already stated this and I'm going to state it again, and you better get it. Light creates mass. Light creates the chemicals. Light creates the hormones. Light creates everything. Everything you see and everything you want to be demands light. Light comes first and foremost, even before diet, even before exercise. Light coming into the eyes creates a DC current to help regenerate all your body's tissues and organs. Do you get this? Okay, so if you don't want to get the right light, then you're going to have issues in your tissues. If you want all this blue light and you don't want to protect yourself, you're going to have issues in your tissues. Okay, so what are the harmful effects of blue light? Well, disruptions to the circadian rhythm, which we'll be talking about, digital eye strain syndrome, blurry vision, difficulty focusing, dry and irritated eyes. Like you don't have that, right? I'm starting to feel it already from this blue light. But I'll do my fulvic drops and I'll get my glasses on, trust me. So dry and irritated eyes, headaches. Oh, you're going to love this one. Neck and back pain. Where do you think it came from? Blue light. Bet you didn't know that. Increased risk of certain types of cancers. I actually believe increased risk in all cancers, but it's got to be proven, right? Increased risk of diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Increased risk of depression. Blue light will cause permanent eye damage and contributes to age-related macular degeneration, which can lead to vision loss. And it also aids in the development of over 140 autoimmune diseases. Blue light is a major cause of obesity. Oh, you get this? Blue light is a major cause of your obesity. Hey, you want to know why you're fat and that's that? Blue light. Okay, so blue light is a major cause of obesity, and this is why it's so hard for you to lose weight and keep it off. Blue light makes you fat, like I said, and that's that. Let me ask you a couple of questions. When you sprain your ankle, does it get bigger or smaller? When you have heart failure, does your heart get bigger or smaller? Before a star in the sky dies, does it get bigger or smaller? When you get sick, does your abdomen get bigger or smaller? Well, just go to the mall, go anywhere, look at your family. As their energy diminishes, their stomach is getting bigger, isn't it? Yeah. The answer to all of these is they get bigger. Everything that loses energy gets bigger. When you're obese or have swelling and inflammation, you are deprived of sunlight due to excessive blue light exposure and lack of nature. Come on. Obesity is caused because we need to lighten up. We need to brighten up. We need to drink light, eat light, think light, be the bright light. Understand obesity begins in the eyes. Sunlight burns fat, and that's that. The sun rises with visible and infrared light initially. There is no UVB light. The morning sun is the most important light to take in. Our bodies regenerate with the AM sun. This is when our eyes make melatonin. Did you get this? Your eyes make melatonin in the morning sunrise light. Understand, the hormone of darkness is first made in the eyes. We must reconstruct our AM to recreate the I am. Almost all diseases are mitochondrial diseases. We must take back control of our lives in the morning so that we can create life all day long. This is not my rule. This is nature's rule. We need to get our body parts out in the sun as much as possible for as long as possible without burning. Morning sunlight exposure is tied to better sleep because of natural melatonin production. I don't know how else to say this, but guess what? But by taking a melatonin supplement is a great way to ruin your sleep. Look at blue light that is balanced by red turns on hormone production. Morning sunlight is the perfect balance. If you can't get the morning sun, as I stated earlier, then look at a vitamin D light and the Bioptron light on our website. Let's talk about Alzheimer's. This disease became known in 1906, and guess what? Guess what made its debut in 1879? light bulbs, otherwise artificial light. We have unknowingly become detached from nature due to blue light exposure from incandescent lighting. That's incandescent lighting is that lighting that you have in your house, okay? LED lighting is that lighting you have in your house. But what else disconnects us from nature? Well, cell phones, tablets, iPads, computers, televisions. Most of today's population is alive only from the neck up, and even that part is debatable for some. If one wishes to protect and respect their eyes and overall health, then you do what I do. I wear Tesla lightwear whenever I'm surrounded by artificial light, and I also use fulvic eye drops on a daily basis throughout the day. Listen, I want to maintain my mitochondrial health because my eyes mean something to me. No one has to become blinded by the light. Look it. Watch this wonderful eye-saving information regarding Tesla lightwear glasses, and I'll be right back.
What if you can change the way you see? If you can turn harmful light into something good for your brain and body? We spend so much time using technological devices, even more than sleeping. Social media, emailing, texting, or blogging, all of this occupies a large part of our day. But screens on smartphones, tablets, and computers emit high-energy blue light, and this can cause eye strain, headaches, fatigue, blurred vision, and dry eyes. It can also damage your retina and even lead to vision loss. Too much screen time can reduce brain function and, surprisingly, may alter your brain performance. When they become addictive, electronic devices can have an almost drug-like effect on your brain. Blue light from electronic devices suppresses melatonin, a hormone that influences your natural biological clock. This blue light exposure signals our bodies to wake up, but when it comes at the wrong time, at night, it throws off your sleep and stops your production of melatonin. Studies show that lower levels of melatonin could cause health problems, including diabetes and cancer. When it comes to children, too much screen time affects their learning abilities and can lead to poor grades. Although we can't stop using technology, we can find a healthy solution. You can not only protect your eyes, but also enhance your vision and improve your cognitive abilities all at the same time with Tesla lightwear. Its uniquely coated lenses transform harmful wavelengths into a more beneficial light. It converts harmful UV and high-intensity blue light into the most comfortable wavelengths so your eyes can function optimally. They also help you improve your cognitive abilities by harmonizing electrical impulses in your brain and synchronizing neurotransmitter activities. As a result, it helps you maintain a healthy body clock and sleep pattern. It boosts your intellectual potential and learning and helps you focus on your daily decision-making. So how does Tesla lightwear technology work? When a beam of sunlight interacts with the Fullerene coating on the Tesla lightwear lens, it harmonizes the wavelengths into a hyper-harmonized light in the shape of Tesla's toroid. This light pattern transfers its properties, organizing almost 75% of your body's biomolecules and bioprocesses, creating balance and better performance. And this is what makes Tesla lightwear unique, protecting your eyes and turning light into something your body needs. Change the way you see. Tesla lightwear.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Now, the only reason why I played that, and I know it's a product, is because there's no other product like this in the world. This Tesla lightwear, okay, is the most phenomenal thing that you can wear. You could put these on, and as soon as you do, you can feel the calmness and the peace come over you. You can feel how your eyes are not strained and stressed, your brain, your nervous system. Listen, you can feel it come over your whole body. And that's why I really am very passionate about letting the world know about these. So let's get back to our story. Did you know that 99.8% of the cerebral spinal fluid is made up of water? That's right, you heard what I said. Spinal fluid is mainly water so that it can hold lots of light to power the telephone pole known as your spine. Enormous amounts of information and communication is carried up the spine to your brain. Your spinal fluid is loaded with millions and millions of highly charged electrons. These electrons are a major part of your body's energy system. For the body to thrive, not just survive, we must reconnect with nature. Modern life has become a denatured life. Modern life is killing us. Modern life has caused us to lose the alpha wave in the brain. The best way to return the alpha wave to the brain and get back to health is to be like a sphinx. Become a sun gazer, get grounded, and light up your life every morning. Every morning, wear as little clothing as possible. Face east and gaze into the sun's beautiful rays to reset the circadian oscillator within your body. The body's circadian clock, or circadian oscillation, is a biochemical oscillator that cycles with a stable phase and is synchronized with solar time. But blue light messes up this life-saving clock like you would not believe. And it'll mess up your whole life. But even more so, it messes you up right down to the cellular level, messing up your mitochondria. Did you know that wearing contacts, glasses, and sunglasses outside is one of the fastest ways to cause degeneration, premature aging, and disease? Oh, and I do mean dis-ease. You're not at ease with yourself. We are addicted to the sun for one reason. It is our main power supply for life. Sunlight deprivation may cause you to crave street drugs, prescription drugs, or alcohol, or sugar, or refined foods. Look, it's endless, okay? You may even suffer from food addictions or blue light addiction if you do not feed your body sunlight. If you wish to avoid osteoporosis or dental issues when older, let me tell you something. There is so much attacking us now with 5G and blue light and all this henny penny, the sky's falling in, because guess what? All of those people that are in control of this planet have learned to be and create so much fear in us that we're always dripping adrenaline and cortisol in our body that's eating us away. So if you want to if you want to turn back the hands of time and you want to get younger, live longer, and live pain-free, think about and read this and look at the videos I've done on SAC ionic calcium. Add that to your daily diet and go on our Doc of Detox library and read the Perfect Day guide. Okay, and also read the Fasting for Perfect Health guide, and also read what the cell is going on. So go to the Doc of Detox library. But first, take some clothes off, get outside, sun gaze, and soak up that morning sun. Look it, circulation is everything. Why do I say this? Well, your red blood cells, you didn't know this, did you? Your red blood cells are ferry boats of light. That's their job. Your bloodstream is the river that carries the ferry boats of light or energy to every part of your body. Remember, microcirculation is 74% of your body's circulation. If this shuts down, blood cannot flow. And if blood cannot flow, you will not get the energy you need. You will be just a survivor, not a thriver. Look, with that being said, did you know that blue light causes blood clotting as well as blood and tissue degeneration? Your cells must make ATP every day for vitality and longevity. End of story. Look at a 75 kilogram man requires 85 kilograms of ATP each day. Did you get that? The best and the easiest ways to protect and create more ATP are first with sunlight, then SAC calcium, ATP elixir, enhanced water fasting, Tesla lightwear, and the Bioptron, and also the Centogen element. These are the things that I do. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to purchase what I talk about. Do your research and find out why I talk about these things. And then ask yourself, will they help to support and give you that life that you were told that everybody could get, but it seems like nobody's getting it? Now, are you ready for a life-saving fact? Did you know that you get 1/3 of your electrons from food and you get the other 2/3 from sunlight sources? You heard what I said. You get the other 2/3 from sunlight sources. Isn't that amazing? So get naked and get healthy, because the more you disconnect, okay, from Earth, from Mother Nature, and from the sun, the more food you're going to need to eat, and the fatter you're going to get, the sicker you're going to get, the more tired you're going to get, the more depressed you're going to get, the more inflamed you're going to get. Remember to become a sun addict. Eat light, drink light, think light, get in the light to always be the light. To be the light for who? For yourself and your family. Nature has made you addicted to the sun for a reason, because the sun is life. This is why you feel so good in the sun. So get out of your house and lighten up your day. No food can fix your problem when you live in the dark like a vampire. Are you holding your mitochondria hostage? Are you holding your mitochondria hostage? We must become ATP addicts so that our mitochondria can thrive, so that we can thrive every day for the rest of our lives. Since 1879, man has manipulated history to make it his story. You do understand that tell a rumor long enough and strong enough and everybody buys into it. You want to know something? People today will eat up a lie faster than they will eat up the truth. We are so off track today. I don't know if there's any coming back for most people, for the majority. There is a great biological toll when you are ruled, schooled, and fooled by technology. Nothing can take the place of nature. We are being pushed toward a cliff and don't even realize we're falling for an artificial life. We are. Blue light and 5G will bring the human species to the edge of extinction, because we still do not realize that a busy mind is not a thinking mind. It's a landmine. Blue light is already the #1 cause of blindness, acute macular degeneration, glaucoma, cataracts, and digital dementia. Blue light affects the circadian oscillator in the eyes, as we already talked about. This artificial light that everyone uses and has been programmed to trust is causing your sleep problems and nervous system disorders. Go figure. No sleeping pill will cure this. It's cellular, okay? All cell is breaking loose because we have bought in to AI, artificial intelligence, and we are not very intelligent. You must get UVA and infrared light through your eyes and on your skin every morning. Morning light is crucial, and if you don't do it, you will have failing health. Morning light is balanced light, and it is absolutely crucial for a healthy lifestyle. You need to reconstruct your day if you wish to recreate your health. Every time you turn on your computer or look at a phone, your brain thinks it's 12 noon, no matter what time of the day it is. Why do you think you can't sleep at night? You just messed up your circadian rhythm. If you must do blue light, get Tesla lightwear glasses. You're worth it. But then guess what? Maybe you're not. We have been taught that we're not worth much, right? A lot of people will spend a lot of money on a lot of useless things. But why do they? Why don't they spend money on things to cherish themselves, to show that they love themselves, they honor themselves? Because we are taught to dishonor ourselves. Did you know that the average teenager looks at their cell phone 150 times a day? I did say the average, which means they are getting blown out by blue light exposure. And this has created a population of children who are now blue light toxic. Data shows that nearly 70% of children ages 11 to 12 use a mobile phone. And this usage goes up to 90% for children ages of 14. Developmental patterns due to technology utilization have drastically changed. Let's face it. And our children are suffering from the epidemic of digital dementia. So you do understand that digital dementia is similar to dementia that was found in people that are 70 and 80 years old and 90 years old. So what are we saying here? What are we saying here? What are we doing to our children? Do you even give this a thought? Why do you think they call adulteration to people that grow up and become adults? Because we're so adulterated and we're so programmed that we don't understand that we are part of the problem that is going to damage our children's lives forever. Let's get back. All right. So the light you truly want is AM light. This is the right light, perfectly balanced with blue and red light, the way nature intended. Overall, 1.8 billion people own smartphones and check their devices all day long, which means for their body, it's always 12 noon. Your health is your wealth, and you're losing it with every time you do that blue light glance. Look it. Advancements in technology are beneficial to the advancement of society. You have to understand something. In an economic and business sense, yes, these advancements are great. However, the long-term impacts of the technology are still unknown, but are becoming very clear to those of us that are awake. And I think that by the time I finish this article with you, this webinar, you're going to be very awake. The millennials are a new generation, the first in history to be exposed to screens and mobile devices throughout all ages and all stages of their development. Look at the human brain is pliable and adaptable and always changing in response to the environment. Hey, but listen, children's brains are particularly adaptable in development, which is now when the brain is most exposed to technology. Look, young people are now being born into a world where it is normal to spend an average of 8 hours each day exposed to digital toxic technology. Did you get what I said? Let me tell you something. All of this technology could have been built in a way that was actually giving off the right light. Okay? Google owns blue light. You have to understand something. There is a lot of people that are trying to harvest your health, to harvest your money, to control the planet. Okay? Like it or lump it, that's the way it is. Okay? This exposure is rewiring their brains, all your children's brains. They're rewiring them and they're setting them on fire. Increased screen time neglects the circuits in the brain that control more traditional methods for learning in the frontal lobe. These are typically used for reading, writing, and concentration. How's that looking? How's your children's reading, writing, and how's their concentration lately? Oh, but they've got ADHD. They have attention deficit disorder. So let's get them on drugs now, okay? Oh, man, I'll tell you something. How deep does this rabbit hole go? Listen. With loss of these important skills of reading, writing, and focusing, we call it digital dementia. That's what it is. So digital dementia has arrived and it might be here to stay. This term describes how overuse of digital technology is resulting in the breakdown of cognitive abilities in a way that is traditionally seen in people who have suffered a head injury or have Alzheimer's disease. So why are so many diseases becoming a global epidemic so quickly now? Well, the answer is that these diseases are not just coming out of nowhere. They are all attributed to blue light toxicity. Blue light is man-made. And it was created intentionally and is absolutely destroying yours and your family's health all the way down to the cellular level. Blue light drastically decreases vitamin A production, which is linked to mitochondrial diseases and obesity, which is a direct cause of inflammation. We have become an inflammation nation on a crash course of displaced calcium, crystallization, internal scar tissue formation, and cellular mutation. Do you realize that the morning sunlight is essential to your vitamin A cycle? Did you know that sunlight and the bioptron light both make vitamin A for a healthy brain? I bet your ophthalmologist has never told you that glasses and contact lenses degenerate the eyes over time. We should always look for true cause of eye problems, the real true cause of eye problems. We do not have eye problems due to lack of glasses, just as we do not get cancer because of lack of chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery. Look, let's get back to the importance of light and your eyes. Did you know that the speed of light changes when the medium changes? The speed of light slows down when it hits your eyes. Remember Einstein's equation, E equals mc squared, which means that energy turns into matter. Otherwise, energy creates matter. So how amazing is this? That this light energy creates matter such as chemicals, hormones, and yes, even tissue, bone, and everything else you are or intend to be. Everything you see and everything you wish to be is energy first and foremost. We are not talking about speed of light in space. We are now talking about the speed of light in your tissues. In your tissues. Never forget this, that those mental issues in your head will eventually become issues in your tissues. And this is why I put the technique of Wolfe Deep Tissue together and Wolfe Non-Surgical, because we need to get in and pull those tissues apart to release the calcium that you've displaced from your bones and the crystallization that you've created through the adrenaline and the cortisol. Okay, to pull those tissues apart, to get the flexibility part, to get the energy to flow again. This is why everybody's limping around. They limp first in their brain, and then they limp in their tissues because of those issues. Look, it's common sense. But then guess what? Where's common sense gone? Have you ever wondered why your retina is backwards in your eye? Well, your retina is backwards for an important reason. It slows down the speed of light and also reflects the light in the image because your eye does not see. Like I mentioned earlier, it's your brain that sees. Because guess what? Your brain is the image maker. Your brain is also the chemist that decides what chemicals are going to be released by the images that you have that create the emotions. That's energy in motion. And the frequency of that emotion is going to decide whether you're releasing hormones and chemicals that are going to heal you and create a beautiful you, or it's going to destroy you and create a diseased you, an inflamed you. Do you also know that the majority of light that falls to Earth is infrared light? And the retina in your eyes is the key to transporting all this energy into all the metabolic pathways throughout your whole body. Before you fill up your tummy with food, fill your eyes up with light. Just as you can destroy your health when you eat the wrong food, you can also destroy your body's circadian rhythm when you take in the wrong light. So again, I'm going to mention it again. So wear Tesla lightwear glasses and protect your health when you are around man-made toxic light. And when aren't you? You got to get this. You're not going to be nowhere to run here, nowhere to hide, okay? All right? Unless you're going to go live in nature, in a bush. If you work inside or on computers, your health is always at risk. So what are circadian rhythms? Circadian rhythms are physical, mental, and behavioral changes that follow a daily cycle. They respond primarily to light and darkness in an organism's environment. All right. Circadian rhythms are found in most living things, such as humans, animals, plants, and many tiny microbes. When you take in blue light, you must wear protection that does not block, okay? The changes, but changes the blue light. You don't want to block it. You want to change it, and you want to make it into healing light. So watch TV, go on the computer, or check your phone at night without protection, and you will have trouble sleeping. I'm telling you right now, don't do this. So, can't sleep? Well, it's not because of lack of sleeping pills. You lack intelligent living. We are all asleep at the wheel because those who wish to control us, okay, those who wish to control us keep intelligent living in the dark. This is why 9 out of 10 people suffer from a chronic disease. And you're going to go, that's not true. Yes, it is. 90% of the population has an autoimmune disease. Okay, let's get back. Your circadian rhythm affects everything, so protect it because your life depends on it. So, do you realize that your mitochondria make the water inside of you, which capture the light? Every cell in your body at night releases low-frequency UV light. What did I tell you? We are light energy beings first and foremost. We are walking bags of structured water that feed off light. Okay. Water, light, and magnetism need to be studied and studied thoroughly because that's what we are. This is our true food. But to be more specific, structured water and healing magnetic frequencies are what heal us and keep us vital throughout our whole life. Have you ever asked yourself this question? Why is medicine completely backwards and upside down? Because it keeps people powerless on a mental and physical level. Most of medical science is manufactured fraudulent health. Every nutritional study that has ever been done has been done under the effects of blue light. End of story. When you get too much blue light, your pupils become enlarged and then you become sick. As I stated earlier, this period we are now entering is called the harvest and is promoted by corporations who wish to feed off your health and your welfare. Are you ready to have your health and wealth harvested? We must learn how to protect and keep our mitochondria healthy. When your mitochondria are healthy, you are healthy. This means you make extra energy, and this extra load of energy turns the nuclear genome off and keeps it off. Why is this important? Well, when the nuclear genome is turned off, then you can't turn on cancer. You heard what I just said. Cancer is an epigenetic disease caused by a lack of natural light and an abundance of the wrong light, which is blue light. All this blue light leads to mitochondrial damage, mitochondrial calcification, and a shortage of ATP. My prescription for staying happy and healthy is to always eat light, drink light, think light, be in the light, become the light. Connect to the light by laying out in the sun with as little clothing on as possible. Even when it's cloudy, 31% of the heat or infrared light still comes through, nourishing you. Remember, your eyes are the key to how you look and feel. Do you know for every pound you are overweight, you have an extra 4 pounds of pressure on your joints? If diets were the key, then why is it that 300 new diet books come on the market every year and this weight problem is only getting worse? It's not a diet we need, it's a live it. It's called the Perfect Day Guide. It's called the Fasting for Perfect Health Guide. It's called Braveheart, 12 Loving Steps. If you don't know how to love yourself, how are you ever going to treat yourself with respect? How are you ever going to protect yourself? Check out these life-saving, life-changing guides and videos on the Doc of Detox library. The bottom line is, the world needs more light energy gurus and fewer food gurus. Never forget this. The electromagnetic antenna in your body is your mitochondria. The health of these cellular powerhouses will determine how well you live and how long you live. And what about your blood? Did you know that your blood acts as a magnet to the hydrodynamic fluid? What does this mean? It means that your blood absorbs electric and magnetic energy from the sun and transfers it down to your mitochondria. This is what your blood really does. So if you're not connected to the earth energy and the sun, then you're already in trouble. A big part of my job is to teach people to ask the right questions, because until you ask the right questions, we will remain in darkness, and that could happen for the rest of your life. We must quickly break away from the belief that our doctor or our healthcare provider is responsible for our health if we wish to stay healthy and safe. Unless you are in training to be your own doctor or practitioner, then you're a fool. For we are being schooled, fooled, and ruled. And all I want to say is, welcome to the harvest and good luck with this one. Look it. This is why a quarter century ago, I created the International Training Institute of Health, because every human being must become their own practitioner or become a statistic. This statement is truer now than in any other time in history. Do not fall for his story. Create your own story. Create your own destiny. One of health, one of wealth and happiness. You now have a choice to remain a victim or become a braveheart hero where you are the light that guides your family back to whole body healing on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. Take your power back. Better still, stop giving it away and unleash your God-given potential to rise to your greatness. Thank you for joining me. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe. Learn to master the mind so that you can master your whole life. God bless. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.